With one match remaining, it's qualification for India. They have got the 1 point that they needed to make it to the semi-finals of this 2019 World Cup. Bangladesh brushed aside in a very, very clinical manner, 28-run win in their penultimate game of this league stage. The men in blue making changes, bringing in changes perhaps to counter that short boundary. Not sure whether they were needed or not, but what matters is that they got the requisite win. Like I said, Bangladesh brushed aside Rohit Sharma with his fourth 100 in this World Cup. Hardik Pandya with a fine performance with the ball again, and Jasprit Bumrah bringing it up tops in the death overs. With me, James Aldo. First up, James. Rohit Sharma giving that start. KL Rahul getting back amongst the runs. It was the perfect. We have discussed it so many times. It's the perfect ODI batting template for India. The openers going in deep, and then the middle order coming in and doing its job.
And very, very crucially, Rohit Sharma getting his fourth life in 7 innings. Each time he's been dropped, he scored at least a 53 hundreds. And as you said, his fourth 100, only one batsman before him, Kumar Sangakkara, in the last World Cup, has got 400s. This is promising to be Rohit Sharma's World Cup. He seems to be jostling with the likes of David Warner and Aaron Finch and Shaki for the most runs. Rohit is now up there. And again, that opening stand. Steve Rhodes, Bangladesh coach, said that the game was lost in that first very tough hour that hurt Bangladesh. And after a great toss to win, a stand of 180 in 29.2 overs. You'd expect India would have gotten a lot more, but on the day, once again, Rohit Sharma proving their batting savior.
Well, before the game began, I was looking through a statistic, and Rohit Sharma had scored 25.6% of India's runs in this tournament. You don't want to drop a batsman like that, and of course, now that he's got another 100, that percentage has spiked up to 26.7%. Like you said, it was a phenomenal 100. It was a phenomenal partnership, the highest opening partnership in this tournament, of course. And of course, you have to talk about KL Rahul. He provided that start as well. Looked a lot comfortable, but always gets out at the wrong time. But for me, the bigger talking point is Rishabh Pant. He came in, he scored a few runs, did not get that half century that most people would have wanted him to get. But he got those requisite runs. He showed us. Yuvraj Singh even tweeted that this could be a long-term number 4 option. He certainly has all the shots in the book, and he can score at a quick pace as well. Perhaps maybe just a little more maturity as he gains more experience to perhaps finish the innings and not go big in the 44th over or the 45th over itself. Perhaps that was the difference, that India did not get 340 and had to be satisfied with 314.
And I think, so much has been written and said about Rishabh Pant, so much has been surmised. Does he deserve to be here? Gets a chance to somebody else's injury. And 2 days later from that match in which he caught 32 off 29 balls but looked so horrible, frankly, to come back, hold his composure, again, a few iffy shots, but look at the situation which he came in. India lost 4 wickets in about 9.5 overs. Rohit Sharma, moments after getting 100. KL Rahul with again a needless shot on 77. Virat Kohli, his first real failure. And then Hardik Pandya, a duck. 2 wickets in a maiden 39th over. From that situation, Rishabh Pant scoring 48 to get the team closer to a match-winning total. I think a lot has to be said about that, because it's a second World Cup game. He's a player taking his first steps. He got to bat again with MS Dhoni, sort of the player he's going to be, whose boots he's going to have to fill, perhaps not very far from now. So I think a lot of positives in the way Rishabh Pant played today.
And you just feel so excited watching Rishabh Pant bat, and when he becomes the finished product, everybody is hyping him up all the time, and he has the talent to prove that hype. But you just wait for the day when he becomes the finished product, and it would be marvelous to see. 315 for Bangladesh. It was a must-win situation. Iffy target, because Bangladesh have a history of chasing. There's a short boundary. The pitch was a bit up and down. Yes, it's slowing as with the second game on the same pitch. India had 3 bases today. 3 full-time bases. I'm not counting Hardik Pandya yet. 3 full-time bases. They dropped a full-time spinner. It was a different game plan. They were used to this game plan, but they made it work. Jasprit Bumrah, Kumar, Mohammad Shami, bowling different spells at different times, defensive, attacking, getting the wickets. Bangladesh lost wickets at regular intervals, did not help, and it was again down to that one man, Shakib Al Hasan. Fantastic cricketer. It's almost like he's underrated. You never notice where he's been, But there he is, number one all-rounder in the world, and for quite a few years now.
Look, unfortunately for Bangladesh, as brilliant as Shakib has been, look, they just have not got enough batsmen stepping up. It's been the case. And today, you look at the scores. I mean, there was a 33 from Shaumya Sarkar, 20s from Liton Das, Mushfiqur, Tamim. They needed someone to get that big 100. Shakib, for all money, looked like it, but then, a clever change of pace from Hardik Pandya. In fact, all three of his wickets came down to clever changes of pace. He's the fourth bowler, as you mentioned. But before Bumrah's 4 wickets at the death, 4 match-winning wickets, it was Hardik Pandya who really made the difference. And again, just not enough batsmen stepping up. 250s, not big 50s, is not going to win you a chase of 300 in a World Cup.
Well, Hardik Pandya has developed into that sort of bowler for India. He's developing 10 overs very, very consistently. And here's a fact for you. Kedar Jadhav has only bowled 2 overs in this World Cup in the matches he's played. And the fact that he did not play today is also a massive credit to Pandya, in fact, because Team India always sees where they are getting those 50 overs from. And if Pandya cannot bowl his 10 overs, they need that 6th bowling option. So the fact that Jadhav didn't play or didn't figure today was mostly down to Pandya getting those overs in. Now, obviously, Team India are in the semi-finals. There is a chance that they might play at Edgbaston against England or New Zealand. If Australia don't top the table, then India top the table. They might go to Manchester. Maybe an India-Pakistan clash. They are in the semi-finals. The opponents are not decided. From what you've seen in this tournament so far, James, India, how far do you think can go? 2 matches to go for. I mean, 3 matches to go, but 2 that count. How far do you think India can go from here?
I think it's a lot of it is going to boil down on how consistent Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli can still be. We've talked about this in many videos. Virat Kohli gets the 50s. He's not converted into 100. I said I had pegged him for 3 World Cup 100s. He's not got 1 yet. So there is the hope of that Virat Kohli 100 lying around. But the middle order, today it was Rishabh Pant. Before it was Dhoni and Jadhav in previous games. What happens when the middle order is exposed? Or India going to be able to get to 300? Very, very tough. So it's going to depend on that. I think that a bit of the team selections have been a bit puzzling. Maybe Kuldeep Yadav, was he the one to be dropped? I don't know. Mayank Agarwal coming in. Will Rahul drop back to 4? Lot of questions around that team. But the confidence gained of having become the second team after Australia to get in the semi-finals. And then, against Sri Lanka, maybe a few changes in line there. Though Bumrah said he's not the one who's going to be wanting to sit out the match at Leeds. But again, India are going to walk in the semi-finals full of confidence. It depends what team they play. I think we have a common worry that if the Indian team comes up against Australia in a crunch match, this Australian team, which has revived itself so strongly from that loss to India at the Oval a month ago, it's going to be very tough. But, India were one of the pre-World Cup favorites and they have a great chance to win the World Cup.
Well, there you go. The next time we'll be back in Edgbaston will be the second semi-final of this 2019 Cricket World Cup. Meanwhile, today has been the day when India made the semi-finals and Bangladesh's World Cup hopes came to a stop.